Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com. So probably the last Seiko new release video I'm going to do this year. This is another fall 2021 release. Like I said, I've done a few videos already. I did the State of the Ocean Antarctica. I did the blacked out Samurai and Monster. I did the field watches. I did the land tortoises. All of those. Today, I'm going to finish it up with these Presage sporty watches. You could say I feel like I've saved the worst for last. This may be a little more critical than I usually am of watches that I review. I do always try to be as honest as possible, but I feel like this one, this one's got more negatives than positives. But it's a beautiful watch. There's no denying the fact that it's gorgeous. We're going to check out three of them. We'll get into them. Sporting the ISL 54. Very on the bracelet. Very nice. Beautiful. And still got the 6139. Boink. Chrono. 1975. I posted on Instagram, and people asked if it was a birth year watch. It is not. It is 1 year prior. I'm a bicentennial baby, 1976. So this watch is actually older than me, which is pretty cool. Only watch I own that's older than me. Let's see these Seikos and hear what I actually have to say about it. So today we're checking out the three new Seiko Presage automatic sporty dress watches. Model is SRPG like 03, 05, 07 or something. I'll obviously put a link to them down below. Because they are part of the Presage collection, they are all made in Japan. There's a white dial with gold tone markers and hands. There's a deep moss green dial, silver hands and markers, and of course a blue one. And maybe I'll focus my initial efforts, on that guy. So let's just get let's get the negatives over with, since I know that's what the comments are going to be lit up with. Before I even get into the watch, it's a non-rotating 60-minute bezel, which I don't know, kind of doesn't make any sense. It's 50 meters of water resistance, and 5 bar, 5 atmospheres. It's a push-pull crown. It is it's a hardlex crystal, yes. Box hardlex. So I kind of understand why they didn't go with box sapphire, because box sapphire is extremely, extremely expensive. Even in micro brands, guys. I've looked at adding box sapphire to Islanders, and I cannot believe the cost increase. Box sapphire is very hard to make, but you do get a hardlex crystal. It is a 4R35 movement, and they all retail at $550. Okay, so I know those are all the negatives. People are going to complain about the price, how micros deliver so much more for less, yada yada yada. I totally get it. This one, I'm usually a supporter of Seiko, and I try to stand by some of their design decisions, but on this one, I don't know. This one, it's a beautiful watch, but a lot of the features kind of leave me flat. There is also, I'm not going to review them here, an open heart version with a 24-hour meter up here. Model number begins with SSA, and it's 575, roughly the same size. Anyway, so let's get into the watch. It's 41 millimeters in diameter. It's 12 and a half thick to that. It's a flat top box sapphire crystal, box hardlex crystal. 48 millimeters on the lug tip to lug tip. It does have holes for easy strap changes. It is an exhibition case back. As I said, it does run on Seiko's 4R35 movement, 23 jewels, hand winds, hacks. It's actually not running, is it? There we go. Hand winds, hacks, 40 hours of power reserve. Pull out the crown, set the time. Seconds hand will stop. One click out will change the date. Date window at 3. We're looking at 20 millimeter lug. It's a decent bracelet. It is solid end links. It is solid link size with pins and collars. The clasp is one of those Seiko specials where it's, well, where I can't get it off with my gloves because it's got plastic on it. Oh boy, this is one of those videos, huh? 2 positions of micro just on the clasp, which for most, not for most people, but for a lot of people, I know you guys tell me that you're just not happy with 2 positions of micro. It just doesn't do it for you. Let's see. Weight, 134 grams. So it's an average weight watch. I did say the price, $550, which is probably the biggest negative about it. But it is let's get into the good. It's a beautiful blue dial, beautiful applied markers with a mirror polish, great facets, nice off-white, cream-colored lume, or maybe even more of an alabaster lume done on the hands and on the dial. The beautiful Sunburst blue dial is excellent, and then this insert, I'm assuming it's some kind of aluminum insert here, but like I said, it is a non-rotating bezel. That whenever I see anything with a 0 to 60 bezel, my first inclination, and probably yours, is to go like that. They are non-rotational. Okay, enough about the poop. So that's the blue dial. This is the green dial. It is a very deep moss green. It may not come out totally well here on the camera. If the viewfinder looks a little black, but it is a deep moss green. I actually thought it was black when I first got it. I had to look again under good lights. But the same style, hands, markers, indices, signed Seiko crown, push-pull, again, just like before. Okay, and then the last one is probably the one that maybe I dig it the most. This white dial with the gold tone hands and markers shines very well, right? I mean, it really has a lot of sparkle to it. We have a black bezel with gold writing on it from, again, the 0 to 60, that mock diver's bezel. Definitely not diver with 50 meters of water resistance. Something, I guess, important to note, or I'll just kind of tell it as anecdotally, Presage is not divers. They're dress watches. So this is really meant to be a dress watch. I just feel there's a certain look that the watch kind of emanated to me that I expected, I guess, a little bit more in the feature set, namely 100 meters of water resistance. Maybe. I guess a rotating bezel would just kind of be silly. So maybe they could have just done something totally different with this bezel rather than make it a 60-minute, just a different design. But again, like I said, I'm usually not extremely critical, but on this one, I felt like I'll start off with the criticalities, and maybe you won't be so negative in the comments, or maybe you will, but that is your prerogative. It's up to you. I'll try this guy on, and we'll do a bit of a loom shot. So the 41mm case does wear very, very well on me. 48 on the lug tip to lug tip. It obviously will fit, many, many, many wrists. A lot of room there to go. Certainly dressy. It looks the part. It does a great job. So like I said, in the looks department, it really gets looks department top marks all around. And Seiko being Seiko, especially on a dress watch, it's surprising that the loom is actually so good. But again, it falls victim to one of my biggest peeves in that you can't really tell where 12 o'clock is. If I rotate the watch, you have no idea because none of the markers are a different shape. But you can definitely see the time. You just may be seeing the wrong time. Please like the video, even if you didn't enjoy it. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not. Questions or comments, your complaints, put them down below, and I'll be sure to address them as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.